Namaste. Hi, I'm Dr. Susan Curtis. I welcome all of you to another episode of Corporate NPD. Today, what we are going to discuss is the part 2 of the organization, the narcissistic organization. Today, we are going to talk about, because the first one you understood how you and your organization connects with the beginning and how the progress happened from a informed optimism to the learned optimism. So here, what we are looking at is the narcissistic organization, how that organization go through this 4 stages when an employee joins an organization, and you can sense it before the time is too late. The organization as a group of people, and the tools, techniques, systems, everything work together to achieve the common goal. But when it comes to just the people of different culture, creed, and various thinking processes, and having various traumas and belief systems and everything, and with the different intelligence levels and expertise and passions and everything different, and they are all unique, and they come together in a team or many teams and in coordination with each other to achieve the organization vision. So in that process, you have seen the 4 stages. Stage 1 is the informed optimism, where you get information of all the thing the organization does, and some are very, very specific and very genuine, and you feel good about it. But the narcissist organization, let's see how they put this information. When you get into the informed optimism, you look at the website, you look at the Instagram, you look at the stories they present in front of you, and it's just like, it's so overwhelming, and you say that, wow, what an organization, I really wanted to be a part of it. And then you started to doubt yourself, am I worthy of this organization? Oh my God, this is the place. This is where anybody would love to work for, and blah, blah, everything. And the leader or somebody who is giving you those kind of live, examples and their experiences, you feel like, oh my God, if I get a person like this person, like as a mentor or someone, I would really, develop myself into a great professional, or all those kind of things you feel, and you are so overwhelmed. So the informed optimism is the highest level that you just start to work that minute for that company. That's the way they put the information across, and they do that for you. And then you get connected, and and you started to feel that if I don't get into this organization, I'm losing something. So you started to feel guilty if you are not a part of that organization. This is how they give you information, so that your informed optimism gets into really high. And also, it is, if you check with the people who work in there, they're such a fearful atmosphere, they won't be able to give you anything else. And they're also manipulated. They also may be gaslighted. They may be, having all sort of narcissistic tricks are used with the people, within the employees working there, and they also may not give you the right feedback. So you won't get any clear idea about how the organization works, but you will have that informed optimism to the level that, it's faked, it is manipulated and everything. And it's like an inflated information, and then you join the organization. Once you join the organization, the honeymoon excitement, the second stage of the honeymoon excitement, where you feel really great, everybody welcoming you, and you are a new member, that excitement is there. All these kind of things happens in any organization. And that it fades away, maybe taking 3 months or 4 months, and 6 months, definitely you need to be a part of it. 90 days is the honeymoon period basically in any organization. So, but for you, when you join and you have the honeymoon period, you get too many promises, and you just say what they expect from you, the level of support you get, and they give you promises and promises and promises. They shower, so you feel like so excited, and you say that this is the place I really want to be. And they give you a rewarding career progress, and they say that all those kind of things are, how they see you as a very close ally. And then, you are the person, you said, you are blessed, like you feel to be a part of that organization. And that's how the honeymoon period goes. But the honeymoon period will have some kind of here and there problems you said, but immediately that will be, covered, and everybody will come make sure that you have that great feeling. And then the stage 3, that the learned pessimism, you started to understand and learn, and then you started to sense the toxic environment. And that's mostly after 90 days, or it's almost 60 days, 6 months finished, and you become the permanent member. Most of the place, the probation period is over, you become a permanent member. Then they can do many things, they can completely remove the honeymoon, the sweetness, and the comfort, everything from you. And then you started to realize the toxic NPD environment in that organization, with constant criticism and putting pressure on you, too much pressure, and the fear culture. You started to sense that fear culture in you, that everything is fear driven in that organization. You see the flying monkeys, and agents are flying around you, and the guilt tripping, the gaslighting, and all this happens, and you're not allowed to quit. If you quit, your profession is going to have so much of great damage, and you started to sense this, I'm trapped kind of a feeling, like I can't quit. And they will give you that feeling, and if you stay also, you have fear. If you quit also, you will have fear. That kind of sensing, your 5 senses started to give you that kind of a feel. And forget about mature, not even grow happens there. Grow, develop, mature. And the growth and development happens to the organizations only, and your life mostly like a slave to be committed to the organization and just live there. And you can't, it's kind of a sheep life. You can't open your mouth and say something. And from the learned pessimism, the next stage is the hopeful realism, which is the 4th stage. The hopeful realism, when it happens, is there is no hopeful, there's a hopeless realism. There is no hopefulness in there. Hopefulness is somehow to get out of this organization is the hopefulness. The hopelessness and the betrayal and your crushed confidence, the hopelessness, the betrayal of the informed optimism. They informed me in the honeymoon period I entered, and all those sweetness and everything gone. So you feel like you betray, and the betrayal, the hopelessness, and the crushed confidence. Your confidence completely crushed, and you don't have your self-worth, your self-esteem is completely gone, and you started to feel that you are not worthy of anywhere else other than this organization. And this, I don't think I get anywhere fit in, and I can get a job elsewhere. After working few years in this company, you started to feel that, and no one will hire you further. This organization give you some kind of a sympathy on you, and a sympathy, not empathy, a sympathetic feeling. Like you are confused, you are completely slowly losing all your professional enthusiasm, your motivation and everything. And then you started to feel very low. And this is how that organization, you started to, you don't have energy for anything. You don't feel like trying anything. As long as I work here, somehow I just drag my life. Monday morning, drag to the office, and until maybe Friday. And some people have till Saturday, and then again one Sunday or two days, Saturday and Sunday, and then do this some like some rest. Mostly people do that. They don't have anything else to. They don't have the mind, and then it's completely, you just get into a kind of a very low degree of life. You don't have an excitement. You don't have anyone to look up to or get motivated, a role model in that organization. It's all about like criticism, competition, unhealthy competitions, and the toxicity and the constant criticism, constant high demand, again and again, and demand puts on you. You can't talk, you can't express yourself, and everything is being kind of command and obey. and demands and all these kind of things started to happen, you feel really low in your self-esteem, and that is where you see that you are mostly in that organization trapped. And the next one is the stage 5 one, which is the learned optimism. There is something which always lacks there. There is no optimism. There can be, and you are stuck with the learned pessimism. See, hopeful realism also is not there. So how can it be a learned optimism? The optimism only, like when you look at the reality, when you lead a reality-based life, you just live in, I am trapped, and the complete, the absence of support system, rather than it's a control. It's everywhere you have been watched, hyper vigilant, and what is your move, what you do, and the micromanagement. You lead an anxiety filled life. There is always kind of an anxiety, it's not like the butterflies and the right kind of performance anxiety. The anxiety is a kind of a distress kind of stress you feel. Whereas in the good organization, you feel a eustress, you just get in the high of your performance. Here, there is, some people will have no stress. They just say, Kaliwali, whatever it is, I'm just working. And as long as the money comes into my bank account as a salary every month, I don't care. Those kind of people may be there. And those who really wanted to move ahead, they fall into distress. And then, in the toxic environment, you feel like how to survive is your question, and there is only one way to survive. That survival is like having a slave behavior or a slave personality you need to adopt. And in this, there is learned optimism is completely absent in this organization, and there you are completely trapped. And so you need to understand the stages, and if you think that your organization is having this kind of narcissistic traits and everything, and you feel like you're trapped, you may not be getting out, please do not fight, please do not create problems, please do not argue with the organization or the management or anything. Just very smoothly, without them knowing. I have made people get out of such organization in a very, very smooth manner, because you need to be very silent, very invisible, and do not make any noise. Never make the company feel that you exist. Slowly, you need to get into that phase, and then slowly exit. And the organization is not getting disturbed when you exit, and all are okay, cool. If you make noise, how the slave makes noise, the master gets alert, and that kind of system, that kind of situation happens, which may have an adverse effect on you. So if you really wanted to escape, there is a process, you need to follow that process. And this is how you understand an organization where there is a narcissistic organization. There are a lot of people who are narcissistic bosses and colleagues and everything. That we'll say in another episode. So I always tell my viewers that you should be always loving peace, happiness, and progress. And also, when you look at the narcissistic people and the abusers, and you are not supposed to be a victim of anything. So you always say no to, you never give abuse to anyone, never take abuse, or never self-abuse should be your motto. And take care. I'll see you in the next episode.